This segment of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. A cabinet paper on the sex offenders registry has been completed. National Security Minister Marvin Dames telling the media that some changes have to be made.
We have, at the Ministry of National Security, have been working closely with the Office of the Attorney General on this, and so we should have that cabinet paper to cabinet in a few weeks. So we're well ahead on all of those. All right, this is something that we take very seriously, and we are determined to get it right.
Back in May, Minister Dames expressed hope that the registry would be established before the end of 2018. Talk of such is not new. The idea started with the previous administration back in 2013 following the murder of 11-year-old Marco Archer. Marco was killed by convicted serial child predator Kofi Goodman. The tragedy also sparked the then government to implement a Marco alert system, which the Minnis administration recently had tested to work out reported issues. As the minister explains, the company tasked with the job is now putting together a proposal.
I think the proposal is just about prepared. They will be submitting that. I will be submitting that to Cabinet very shortly for approval, and we hope in the coming months that will become a reality.
An infant child was rescued from his car seat after being left in a vehicle in the Ministry of Health's parking lot this afternoon, according to Health Minister Dr. Dwayne Sands. He was notified by his driver asking for permission to break into the Nissan La Festa to retrieve the baby. The driver was subsequently permitted to do so.
When the driver, the presumptive father of the child, arrived, he was detained by the police and questioned, and I can't tell you what else has happened.
This came after a man passing by noticed a child in the heated car crying. As the weather heats up, Dr. Sands also gives a word of advice to parents.
You know, obviously, whether you're talking about a pet or a child, and I'm not suggesting that the two are equivalent, but they're humans, they're living creatures, right? Or living they're God's creatures. To have either a child or an animal in a closed-up vehicle in the sun is dangerous, it's irresponsible, and quite frankly, it is negligent. So, it should never, ever happen.
Dr. Sands also indicated that the child is now safe. The person killed in Thursday's early morning traffic accident on Frank Watson Highway has been identified. He's 17-year-old Bernard Saunders. The Marathon Estates resident was the rear seat passenger of the vehicle. The remaining 3 occupants are detained in the Princess Margaret and Doctors hospitals in serious but stable condition. As for the female pedestrian who died after she and a man were struck on Sea Link Drive this past Monday, police say they're still waiting for the next of kin for a positive identification. Meantime, the man remains in serious but stable condition at PMH. You're watching JCN News. Stay with us.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.